Hey there, it's Kay, and thank you so much for joining me for today's budget planning video where I'm going to be going over with you guys my real income and real expenses for my first paycheck of October 2021 and how that compares to the numbers that I estimated off of my October monthly budget. So let's get started on this budget. So here is my paycheck number 1 budget sheet for October, completely blank. And this one is the monthly budget sheet, which I'm going to need to pull my budgeted numbers from. So let's go ahead and get started. It looks like for the month, I budgeted for 2 sources of income. One of them my regular income from my job, and this monthly amount is for 2 paychecks. So I budgeted $1,000 for this first paycheck, and I'm going to be taking in my phone sinking fund for the month, so I'm going to be doing that on this paycheck budget. So it looked like I had budgeted $11.45 for this first paycheck. And for fixed expenses, I do like to pay what I call my S bills. So these first 3 bills start with S, and also my tuition on autopay. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those in here. So I have Spotify, Sprint, Safeco, and UMass. So that's autopay 50, Safeco is autopay 133, Sprint is autopay 54, Spotify is autopay 5. So we had $11.45 to work with. I have to total these up, so I'm gonna grab my calculator. So 5 plus 54 plus 133 plus 50 is 242. And then the $11.45 minus 242 was gonna leave $903 for my for my variable expenses. So on my first paycheck, if you've been following me for a while, you know I like to budget for all of my variable expenses off of the first paycheck so that I have all that money up front for the entire month. So I'm going to take this 903 in, and for my variable spending categories, I have allowance, food, gas, laundry, and pets. So I'm going to write down these amounts that I budgeted for the month to be taken out. So 580, and then 903 minus 580 is 323. And with the way I had done my monthly budget, this cash that I'm taking in from my sinking fund is just going to be distributed to my other sinking funds in the exact amount of 145. So that's what I'll be doing here. So I'm just going to copy these over, these estimated amounts. So then 323 minus 145 leaves 178. So based out of my estimated numbers, out of this paycheck, I would have been able to put 178 towards my Nelnet F student loan, and then the rest I would have been able to pay off out of my second paycheck. But this is just the estimated numbers. I'm very excited to say that my paycheck that I received was higher than expected, so that works out in my favor. So I'm gonna tuck the monthly budget back because I'm all set with that, and we can go ahead and zoom in and focus on this paycheck 1 budget. I'm gonna try not to zoom in too much, so I feel like I did that on my monthly budget and it was really hard to look at while editing. And I've also put my microphone in a different place, so if it sounds weird, I'm sorry. If it sounds better, let me know. So as I budgeted, I am taking in that phone fund of the $145, and then my income that I received from my job was $1,211. So I got lucky on that one. I have a little bit more than I budgeted for to work with. So I have $13.56. And also lucky for me, all of these expenses are going to be the same numbers copied over because these are just auto pay bills. So no variance on these, luckily. So this 242 comes over and gets taken out from the 1356. So it's going to be 1114. And if I really wanted to change my variable spending, this would be the point that I would do it, but I'm not going to. I did cut down these numbers previously from September's numbers, and just because I have more money than I expected doesn't mean I want to fudge them. I'm going to try to stick to these lower numbers. So I'm just going to copy all these over. 580. So I'm going to take 1,114 minus 580 makes 534. And then here I'm going to make it easy for myself, and I'm just going to keep all the same numbers. So we got 145. So 534 minus 145 leaves 389, which at this point, this is actually more than my goal that I wanted to pay towards LNF for the month. So at first I'm thinking I might want to put some in savings, but I also am not really sure to specifically how my income is going to look going forward. So I'd rather pay the extra towards my student loan now and have more wiggle room in my tighter budgets later on. So I'm just going to put that 389 all towards my student loan there to zero out the budget. And the variance on this is going to be pretty clean because the surplus here was 211. If we take 1356 and subtract 1145, it's 211. There was no variance on anything here, so we still had 211 surplus, and then same thing here, no variance. I made it very easy for myself with this one. And then no variance on any of these numbers. The only variance comes in on my extra debt payment because I'm actually paying more than what I budgeted for, which causes a deficit, as I like to think about it. So if we take 389 and subtract 178, that's where the 211 comes from. But it was 211 more than I budgeted for. So I had a surplus of 211 in income. I used that surplus to go towards my student loan, and that's how the budget zeroes out there. And so we've come to an end of an era. I have fully exhausted my phone sinking fund, and I need to save $25 for Christmas, but everyone's gonna get $20. Just kind of tossed in there. I actually realized I need to save 45. Yeah, because it was 45, yep. And then, oh, actually, I forgot my Christmas money is in here for now because I don't have a Christmas envelope yet. So it's just chilling in here. And that's it. So yeah, pretty short, sweet, and to the point for this paycheck. I'm really excited to have that extra income that I could use towards my student debt here, which is actually going to be putting me at above goal so far for my monthly debt payment goal. So I would say I'm off to a really, really great start here. Things are looking really bright. And the hardest part, I think, so far for this first part of the month is just going to be controlling my variable spending. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like my content and you want to support me, make sure to leave a like on the video as well as subscribe if you're not already subscribed so that you can continue to follow me on my financial planning journey. If you like my budget sheets, they are available as printable PDF files in my Etsy shop at KayPlannerPrintables. And to keep up with me in between uploads, I am on Instagram at KBudgetPlans. Anyways, thanks for watching. You're the best. I hope to see you down in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.